From high school to welding. What's going on, family? What's going on? Your welding coach, Joe Brown, aka Black Phoenix, checking in. And today I just wanted to talk to you about high school to welding. And I wanted to talk to you about this specifically because I'm starting to see what's going on with the climate of things. A lot of major companies, a lot of corporations are now lowering their expectations as far as college degrees, as far as having so many years of education from a college. And they would rather have you have a skill set where they are even offering the skill set. So a lot of major companies now that are hiring people out of high school and fresh out of school, they are hiring them as apprentices and teaching them on the job and letting them get certified there. And then they can transition from high school on the job to different positions in the company. Not just regular welders. I'm talking about from going to, foremans to supervisors to working up inside of the HR department to sales, all the above. Like you can rise now. Like they literally making it ways where a person out of high school don't have to start off regular. So it depends on where you at. I'm in Arkansas, and here minimum wage is $11 an hour. So a person in school, and also here in Arkansas, they passed a law where a person can be 16 years old and work without their parents' permission. So you can work and make money without your parents' permission here. But you have to be 18 years of older to go to a school to get certified to become a welder, unless it's private. Now, they do have some private schools that don't have no age limits, but if it's open to the public, then it's 18 years or above. Safety issues and things like that. But I would thought that after they changed the laws to allow workers to start working at a younger age, they would also change the age for them to get certified. Now, this is when it comes to just trade schools, things like that, so something that you don't need your mother's or your father's or your guardian's John Hancock on to get involved in these programs. But I want to say something. There is a big need coming out of high school. People are looking for what direction to go. People are working. Like I'm in Arkansas, so I'm seeing a lot of people come fresh out of high school going fresh into the prisons. Like not just going in prison from catching charges, God forbid, but I'm seeing that too. But I'm also seeing them going to work for the prisons. And I'm not saying that the prison isn't a good career. I'm not knocking having a job. To me, it's a job. But they're trying to make it like it's a career because so many people are getting incarcerated. They saying it's a career. You can be an officer. You can start off levels in the prison. You know what I mean? And literally they making it a career. So I want to say welding after high school because I don't want you to go end up having to spend any time after high school in jail for making the wrong decisions, for trying to get some finances. Majority of the time, when a person is young and you're out of high school, a lot of your decisions are going to be based on finances and love, thinking you love someone, and later you grow up to realize that we get hurt sometimes. So you have to be wiser with your decision making. So I want to say something to all of those coming out of high school, learning a trade, especially welding. It allows you to plow your mind to something where you literally have to be physically involved in it, but it allows you to get some finances that you need where you can literally make the money to still do some things that some of your peers who are going to college or, families who's living a little bit better, you can actually start living better for yourself, especially in this area, like in Arkansas. Like literally, you can start making good money. The cost of living ain't terrible, and it all depends on what area you are living in. Now we know that groceries and gas and stuff like that is starting to get outrageous now, so we have to think about living in certain areas, but it's still affordable. So I think that coming fresh out of high school, fam, and diving into welding is where it's at. It just all depends on what welding program. They got the ones that will break the bank, You know, if you want to go, if you got the money, you can go to a top school. If, you know, if you don't have the money, you can go to a mediocre school. You know, they got different things. So I don't get caught up in just thinking you got to spend a whole lot of money to get the best education, because that isn't the truth neither. So there's a lot of schools that's very affordable or even free. That's great programs. They got great instructors, great teachers, but you know, you just have to do some knocking on the door. But I would say while you in the, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. Once you're able to get a job, what's that, ninth grade? Man, once you're able to turn 16, especially in Arkansas, and you're able to work, I would start learning how to weld. I would start wrapping my mind around what direction I want to go, what school I want to go to, or there's some jobs and things available in Arkansas now coming up where, like I say, these big companies are now not only having apprenticeship programs, but they're opening up schools inside of their companies. So they're willing to train you for 6 to 12 weeks or 16 weeks or whatever it is inside the company. You still make money while you're going to school, and then you do on-the-job training, and then you start progressing through the company. So there's a lot of win-win situations. Hold up, fam. Let me lock these messages in. My bad, my bad. Let me put this, give me a quick second, fam, because it's like my phone about to die. And I wanted to say a couple more things before I let y'all go live. Ironically, right now, fam, I'm right behind a school where I'm at right now at this present moment. There's actually a school right behind me. So I was just thinking about how ironic it is to get kids involved in welding fresh out of high school. Like, there's a big need for it, and especially in Arkansas. So, you know, college isn't for everybody, and welding is something, family, where you don't have to break the bank to get into it. Like, you don't have to break the bank. A person can get into it and start making good money after about 8 weeks. So you think about 6 weeks in a school setting and about 2 weeks, 80 hours, you know, on the job training. And fam, that can change your life. You know, you can, you know, a person going from, say you were just making minimum wage at $11 and then you start making 20, 19, or just say on the low end. Let's just say on the low end you went from 11 to 16. Let's just say from 11 to 16. That's still a $5 raise, fam. And, you know, in that small period of time. So you still can progress. Now, like I say, different places in the country, I believe the national average is around $24, $24.50. I think that's national average through, you know, I think that's what it is the last time I checked. So, you know, there's a lot of money in welding, and there's a lot of freedom in it too, because like I say, you can grow in it. And not only can you grow in it with a specific company, but the more knowledge in different companies, you can move around with it. You can go from the shop to the field, you know, start doing some specialty welding, start teaching, selling welding products. So there's so many things you can do when it comes to the welding field. So don't think that there's a cap to it. But I love to say this, coming out of high school, I think it's going to be a great opportunity for you, because how your mind is operating right now. You just got to physically get involved in it, and I think you're going to be great. I taught last year, I had students from 19 to 60 years old. 19 to 60. And I'm going to be honest with you, family. The ones that was younger were easier to train, easier to get the skill than those that was older. Those older still got it now. But I just noticed something, that if I can get it to them early, you know, that's that old saying that said, if you train a child the way they should go, once they grow older, they will return to it. And if I can give them the information fresh out of high school, fam, it can change somebody's life, because, you know, a lot of people that coming fresh out of high school already got families in certain communities. They already got a kid or two. So they got bills to pay immediately. They trying to take care of families. So, you know, welding is something you can actually make some money. And one thing I can say about Arkansas, there are a couple opportunities now. I'm in Little Rock, and in Little Rock, it's a port area. And right now we make a lot of steel there. It's a lot of steel being made and fabricated. So when it comes to the shop environment, that's going to be money. Like if it rains, sleet, or snow outside, it doesn't matter. They still doing something because of the environment of the area. So a person can come, fam, you know, and you can put in an extra 10 hours a week, man, and change your life. Like I was doing some math the other day, you know, just an extra 10 hours a week at a job that's offering you all this overtime, fam, you can make an extra $20,000 a year. You know, you can make a lot of money on top of what you would normally make just if you just do that little bit and don't have to have another job. You know, a lot of people say, man, I gotta have 2, 3 jobs. Well, if you got one job paying you enough and you started learning some other things, and I want to say this to my people coming out of high school again. Don't stop learning. Don't get out of high school and say, man, I'm just so glad I'm out of there, man. I don't want to learn nothing. I just want to work. I just want to keep learning. Never stop learning. I just want to say that. Never stop learning. Always learn. Always prepare yourself. And what you want to do as you start making money out of high school, you want to start learning how to invest some of that money. How to invest money, if it's even in stock, if it's in some type of cryptocurrency, if it's some type of product or real estate. You need to learn how to apply the money that you're making so that way you don't work as hard. I wish someone would have told me this, because we have to learn how to work for our money and then learn how to allow our money to work for us. And that's one thing I love about welding, because you can make enough money and you can still be in good, healthy shape and conditions where you can, keep doing it forever and allowing your money to make money, where you can start being more of a humanitarian, if that's something that you like. If you like to really give and really help and really motivate people, you can do more of that without worrying about how you're going to feed yourself because of your investments. So one thing I have learned as a welder is you're going to make good money. And that money gonna come fast sometimes if you're traveling, if you're a rig welder, pipe welder, structural welder, if you're doing, underwater welding to, like I say, bridge welding, or you welding on tanks or pressure vessels, or some type of some type of thin alloys. Whatever you are doing, there's a lot of money in welding, especially when you're an expert, fam. Especially once you critique what you do. So I would say master it, and you can become a master in a small setting, fam. Like you can become a master out of high school in a few years. It's all about how much time you put down. And like I say, don't stop learning. A lot of times we get out of high school, we don't want to learn. We just want to party and kick it. I'm not knocking you enjoying life, but in my personal opinion, those are the times fresh out of high school in your 20s are the years to invest in your career, invest in which direction you want to go. Make some decisions. Go some places, fail, make some mistakes. It's okay. But as long as you got something to fall back on, fam, you'll be okay. If you're making all these decisions and risk, but you ain't got nothing to fall back on, it can hurt you once you start getting older. So having a trade like welding is something you can always fall back on. I know welders, family, I know some welders that's in jobs now working like every day that's in their 60s. And good welders and fabricators love to do it. They can retire, but they love to do it, and then it's not hard on them. Like they enjoy getting up, burning some, and making something, and putting their mind together, and thinking, and fabricating, and putting this together. Oh man, that ain't working. Let's see how this. They enjoy doing it, so it can be a long thing. It all depends on the individual. So I just wanted to promote it because I think more people need to have more awareness of it. And like I say, especially in these rural towns in Arkansas, I think more people need to be aware, because a lot of people trying to get out, they're trying to do things and not knowing that welding is something you can use and you can take anywhere you want to go. I was born in Arkansas. I was born in Little Rock and raised in Southeast Arkansas, McGee, Arkansas City, Reed, Deramar, Dumas, all these little towns down through here. I've been around Lake Village, all these little towns I've been in. And one thing I know about these towns down here, a lot of people you have to leave here to make something happen. There's not a lot of money here. Even if you get a little bit, some people come back and want to be, homie, but a lot of times you literally have to, grow up here and leave. And welding is something you can use to lead these rural towns, these small areas in Arkansas. So Little Rock is a hub. Jonesboro is a hub. Fayetteville area is a hub. I believe Texarkana area is a hub. Texarkana, Arkansas, Texas, you know what I mean? I think it's a big area down there as far as population. So, you know, there's many different areas to go, but just learn welding, fam. I was thinking about it today because I'm sitting right behind the high school, and I wanted to just bring some awareness to it. There's a lot of big companies out right now that's really, really helping and really, really need welders. So I just want to give a shout out to the Lexicon because they are looking for new and upcoming welders, those who are really, really want to grow with a company. They are willing to groom a person. And if a person is already of age and you want to get into it, there's opportunities for you. But there is opportunities in Little Rock with Lexicon. You got Prospect Steel, you got Custom Metals, and you got that traveling division. So for those who want to sign up for classes, right now at the Goodwill, we have a 16-week program. Oh, it's only 16 weeks. And if you finish the program in right standings, I can pretty much guarantee you a job with one of our partners. And we have a few different partners that we can get you a job with. It's all based on you. So I just want to say this program I made it 16 weeks, $100 deposit, $37.75. So that's under $4,000 for stick welding, flux core welding, MIG welding, the intro to TIG, cutting torch, arc gouging, plasma torch, blueprints, weld symbols, and you get your OSHA 10 for under $4,000, approximately 16 weeks. That's after high school. So you think about these programs that'll take you 8 to 16 weeks to complete after high school in welding that can change your life forever. I got a student right now making 19 fresh out of high school. Just getting started, and he's learning. Just getting started, family. So just imagine what your life can be out of high school. Y'all be blessed and continue to prosper. I'm out. Hold on.